It's very common in jazz to apply chord substitutions to your playing. That is, you'll be given a chord progression, and then you're free to enhance that chord progression the way you see fit. This is great for if you're going over the verse or the chorus again, you want to make it sound just a little bit different, or sometimes you just want to add it from the start. That happens a lot too. So we'll start with a real basic chord progression in jazz of 1, 6, 2, 5. That'll be in B flat. That'll be a B flat major 7, going to a G minor 7, C minor 7, to an F9. And what we'll do now is we'll add some substitutions to it little by little. The first thing we can do is add something called a quality substitution, or quality sub. And we can do that on the 6th chord in B flat, which would be the G minor 7. So instead of playing this chord, we'll play a G dominant 7, which falls real nice to the C minor 7. Now there's two ways to look at that. It's a quality sub because you're going from a minor 7 to a dominant 7, but it's also being treated as a secondary dominant. The only dominant you have in B flat is the F, right, in F7. So what we're doing now is we're adding a G7 because it's really the 5 of 2, which means it's the 5 of C minor. So that's why it works out so great and sounds smooth. For substitution 2, we're going to use a B diminished 7 chord. Now, this chord is great because it's a substitution for really the G7. It's an upper partial of a G7 flat 9. But instead of having a G in the bass, you have the B in the bass, which makes for a real nice root movement. So we'll be going from a B flat to a B natural to a C to an F finally, and then to a B flat. Okay? So B flat major 7, B diminished 7, C minor 7 to the F9. You can hear the root movement. Okay, for sub 3, I'm going to do a couple things. This one's probably one of my favorites, actually. I'm going to use the B flat major 7. This time I'm going to use it back here. And I'm going to go to that quality sub, that secondary dominant, but I'm going to alter it. I'm going to play G7 sharp 5. Now that E flat or D sharp is going to fall downward a half step to the D, which is the 9th of C, it's a C minor 9, and I'm going to use some movement here on the outside voice and the middle voice to create a B7 sharp 9, and that's going to fall real nice back to the B flat major 7. So not only do I have the quality sub going on here, but I also have something here called a tritone substitution. Now, tritone sub, without getting too much into the theory, it's very simply just resolving a half step down to the 1 chord again. That's all you have to do. And in this case, it's altered with a sharp 9 because of the voiceleading that I choose to use. Okay, last we're going to have substitution 4, and what we're going to do here is use the B flat major 7, and then we're going to do a sequential 2-5. And what that means is I'm playing 2 groupings of 2-5s. Of course, I have my standard C minor 7 to the F9, but I just simply move up a whole step now, and I play a D minor 7 to a G9 before moving to my normal 2-5 to take me back to the 1 chord again. Now I'm going to proceed to D minor by its 5 chord, and that works out real nice because we're sliding down a half step to an A7, which is going to take us to the D minor 7, our sequential 2/5. So that whole thing will sound like this now. And I threw an F7 flat 9 in there just for some nicer voice leading.